Dr. Michael Greger recently posted a video called Toxins in Blue-Green Algae like Klamath Lake AFA. Dr. Greger is a popular New York Times bestselling author and a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers. We are actually supporters of his message of using the power of nutrition to regenerate health. However, this particular video is not truthful and it's filled with significant misinformation. Our phycology team has written and called Dr. Greger's office multiple times over the past few weeks to share the evidence-based science and gene sequencing studies that we have been a part of. These studies clearly reveal the inaccuracies he promotes in this video, but we have yet to receive a response. So we are making this video to show the public all of the evidence that many university studies and DNA results of precisely this blue-green algae supplement that Dr. Greger speaks about, known throughout the world as AFA. Full disclosure, we are not casual amateurs around this topic. For the past 30 years, we have been the aquatic farmers that harvest this wild-grown blue-green AFA from here in Klamath Lake, where we live and work. Over these decades, we have collaborated side by side with the FDA, the Oregon Department of Agricultural Food and Safety Division, the world's top AFA algae experts, researchers, university departments, and world-renowned phycologists who have spent years specifically studying this rare and unique species of algae that is harvested nowhere else in the world. If at any time any of those federal agencies and top evidence-based scientists found evidence that Klamath AFA was not safe to eat, we would be the first to know. So let's go through each of Dr. Greger's incorrect statements, and we will post all of the referenced citations at the end of this video. Dr. Greger speaks of AFA as if it were a single species. He refers to outdated articles that do not specify which variety of AFA is being discussed. This is not accurate. Aphanizomenon flos-aquae, AFA, is not a single thing. It is a diverse group of algae, with each variety having unique properties and values. DNA gene sequencing has now shown that there are at least 18 different varieties of AFA, most of which are non-toxic. And taxonomists believe that there could be over 100 other AFA varieties. So to say that all AFA is toxic is an unscientific, misleading generalization. It's like saying all plants or all mushrooms are toxic. If another YouTuber said all mushrooms are toxic, viewers would know immediately that the speaker was not very educated on the topic. The vast majority of mushrooms happen to be not toxic, including the ones at your grocery store or the ones on your pizza. It is the same thing with the varieties of AFA. Dr. Greger claims that AFA that grows wild here in Klamath Lake is toxic and is capable of producing toxins like cylindrospermopsin, microcystin, and saxitoxin. This claim is entirely inaccurate, as evidenced by over a decade of independent studies and genomic sequencing conducted by leading phycologists and journals that specifically deal with harmful algae blooms. These studies have conclusively shown that the Klamath Lake strain of AFA has no genomic capability to produce toxins and have, quote, been ruled out as potential producers of all of these toxins that Dr. Greger mentions. If any food or supplement sold in the United States was toxic or harmful, the FDA would immediately close down all manufacturers and prevent its sales. In fact, the FDA's own website clearly makes a point of saying that properly harvested Aphanizomenon flos-aquae is safe to eat. But that safety statement doesn't stop at the FDA. AFA has also been cleared for consumption by extremely strict regulatory agencies such as Health Canada, Australia's Therapeutic Goods Administration, Japan's Ministry of Health, and regulatory agencies across Europe and Asia, all which have extremely strict safety standards. These health departments have each read through the volumes of evidence-based science and without bias come to the same conclusion. The precise variety of blue-green algae that grows in Klamath Lake and is carefully harvested each summer, filtered, tested, and formulated is without a doubt safe to use and eat. And that is why AFA is allowed to be imported and purchased in all of these countries. Dr. Greger mentions some FDA product recalls on a few items that contained AFA, so let's look at them. The FDA has a product recall page that lists any product that has been deemed unsafe and been pulled from the marketplace. There are generally around 10 or 15 new recalls each and every month, and they include physical products like toys and shampoo, food recalls like the massive 12 million pounds of meat a few months ago, or ice cream with listeria, or fresh onions and strawberries with salmonella. It also includes supplement recalls like tainted fish oil or protein powder that has cross-contamination or contains ingredients not listed on the label. In every recall case, the FDA clearly mentions the particular manufacturer. This is not only so consumers can check their cupboards and throw away that particular batch from that particular manufacturer, it is also so that millions of users don't have to throw out all their strawberries or all their shampoos. Dr. Greger mentions correctly that about 6 years ago, the FDA recalled 3 AFA-containing products that were contaminated with microcystin, which is a toxin found in about 40% of all the lakes in the U.S., plus many municipalities' drinking water. But Dr. Greger leaves out some key details. The first is, who is the manufacturer of these AFA product recalls? The FDA website clearly shows that all 3 recalls were from a single bad actor in the AFA harvesting industry. In every recall, it was the same bad company. Our company, on the other hand, has never had a single product recall in our 30 years of operation. Millions of bottles of this nutritional AFA have been consumed around the world. People's lives have been changed because of the micronutrients found in AFA. We have not had a single bad batch. Dr. Greger also neglects to mention that the microcystin found in each of those recalled products resulted from cross-contamination, not endogenously AFA itself. Again, the Klamath Lake strain of AFA does not have the ability to produce these toxins. This has been repeatedly proven in lab tests. The third missing key that Dr. Greger fails to mention is where the real danger of food toxicity lies. According to the CDC, 48 million Americans get sick every year from food toxins. Of these, 128,000 require hospitalization, and a further 3,000 people die every year. That's an average of 8 deaths every day in America from food toxins like salmonella, listeria, E. coli, and more. None of these people have ever gotten sick or died from Klamath Lake AFA. As an AFA harvester whose products are shipped all over the world, we are required by law to undergo rigorous weekly testing by federal and state agencies, as well as world-renowned third-party labs. At E3 Live, we take great pride in our role as stewards of this unique ecosystem surrounding Klamath Lake, including the pristine waters that are fed by the deep Crater Lake aquifers that nourish this very rare and therapeutic AFA. Visit us at e3live.com.